Right there, comics and crystals. I don't know what's going on with you right now. Encyclopedia Brown. I got to see it. You went early. Today we really we can't push it too much today because I absolutely actually cannot afford to skip the supermarket. Now I need to catch it. I need to catch it. So we're gonna have to shut down today. But what's your deal? What's going on out there? I got sincere. All right, now look, if you're coming over here, turn your camera off. Complete with the signs. Encyclopedia Brown, you still there? Hey, look, what's going on? What's going on with the political scene there? What's going on with the political scene there? Trump got shot, Biden went down for the count. Nah, that's how you spell it. That's how he spell it. Yeah, I'm saying I don't know. I still at this point it just seems like a loss. It seems like a loss. The presidential race is just a lose-lose situation. It's not the first time it's been like that, but it's definitely lose-lose. I seen. Nah, I have no plans on voting. Except black women running behind Kamala as well. I mean, what you mean? Like they like happy that she's what's her name? See, just in terms of the political process, right? I'm just of the mindset that voting is like the last thing. You know, Voting is pretty much a scam. Like to make you think that you have uh, some kind of input into how governing is being done. But the reality is that especially once you get to these bigger races, right? The amount of financial support they need to be successful at that level, right? Uh, they can't have the same principles, like in New York, uh, like right now, the world knows Charles Schumer, right? Chuck Schumer, right? The senator from New York. But look, I remember when he probably was in the city council or something when I first started seeing him, and he was always the type of politician where it was like, all right, yeah, see this over here, what y'all doing? Yeah, no, you can't do that. Like if it was something where the people was, being harmed somehow, he was on a case about that. But see, now you don't hear him talking about that type of stuff because to get to that level where he's at, the same thing for the attorney general of the state. Uh, what's her name? For her too, I remember when she was in the city council for fourth grade, and she was, totally about the people, you know what I mean? But as she started seeking higher and higher offices, right? I started seeing how uh, you know, the kind of issues that she was bringing to the front, started being a little more advantageous for various corporate interests. You know what I'm saying? So if you're actually that corporate interest, right? Meaning like this, what I'm saying, right? And if you pay attention to the politics, right, you will see that okay, a person a person wins the race, right? Before they even get elected, right? They start paying back all the people that helped them. Appointing this person to this position, you get to be, in that federal department over there, and you get a cabinet position, you know, all of these various things. Now look, they paid off the people that gave them money. They paid off the people that was with them behind the scenes. But they don't do nothing like that for the voters. Like they're gonna count up all those donors, right? They're gonna see who's at the top of that list, and they're gonna make sure that they get this. But they're not gonna look and say, "Well, man, 99% of black people voted for me, so let me pay them back." It's not how it works. You know, you know. I'm not, telling nobody else not to vote. But that voting is now politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many things can you do one thing, right, every 4 years? every 2 years, every 6 years. You do one thing and you be successful. Like you go to work one time every 4 years. Something, you trying to accomplish something, you trying to be successful at something, how many things do you only got to do one time every 4 years and be on top? So, I'm not against politics. I just think, the level that we dealing with it, what I'm saying? Like New York, I'm sure other places like that too, but I'm just familiar with New York where is many neighborhoods, right? You know, with different enclaves of different demographic groups. And we can see how from neighbor to neighborhood, right, how they do how they do politics and the impact it have on the community. Leonard Silver, West Coast Wise. So you said it's memes everywhere. Yeah, I haven't. I don't really pay attention to. Depending on the temperature, it's easy. It's easier to see the fine mist. See, the fine mist is a high science. You know, it's a because even what you're saying right now, right, being able to see it. This building was Savior by Najee. He would say he knew them since he had the knowledge. Yeah, they are from up there on the hill. But I mean, yeah, I knew Najee since I had the knowledge too. I'm gonna tell you another thing too about Najee, right? That is uh encouragement for a lot of the people that come on here, right? Uh Najee got the knowledge at Wisdom God. See, the Wisdom God or Wisdom Born. I'm gonna say Wisdom God. So just saying, it could be done. I don't know if y'all got Najee in y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. See that level. Yeah, that's my point. It could be done, but are you ready to? Are you ready to be Najee? Not as an individual, but are you, ready to adhere to the principles, right, in a way that Najee did in order to be able to overcome that? Yeah, wisdom. Yeah, that was old. Shit, that was old in the '90s. But you know, let's open up that. Let's open up that right there, right? Uh, why do you think being able to see define myths is important? You, you got to see define myths, and you got to see through define myths. Why you think that is important? Why is it important to you? Little question and answer time. Anyone? Anyone? You? John the Analyst, CRK. Welcome to the channel. Uh, because usually the naked eye can hardly detect. Okay, so what does that mean, John the Analyst? That the naked eye can hardly detect it. Why I said I see it as important because it can determine which way the wind is blowing, meaning thoughts, ideas, the collective thinking of the community you're in. John the Analyst said it's there, but we can't see it, right? Self I build. Our guy Sincere said, being able to see and find myths is important so you can draw up the clear picture in any situation. Smell good says seeing the fine myths is important because it may be all around you and not be seen visually. Anyone else? Mm. Smell good said also because it may be used to keep you blind. The sun dressed this word. Oh, y'all having a little side rally there. Self Bill said it is a matter of being able to comprehend details, likewise able to move accordingly as a result. Anyone else? John the analyst, you still there? Yeah. So, uh, what does it mean that the naked eye can hardly detect it? What's your righteous name? True light. Smell good. So it means you looking right at it, but it can't tell because it's fine. Also, it means it's a means of you needing to remaining analytical and astute to all things, people and places which you don't see can cost you. But I'm waiting on John the analyst to tell us what it means to him, right? When it says that the naked eye can hardly detect. Programs by society. Born kingdom, where's born kingdom? Just from looking, you can't tell it's there. Okay, now look, Puerto Rico is born kingdom. Hmm. They never. Why not power rule? What? How's it? Or is that a part of Puerto Rico? He said his naked eye is the untrained eye. Kasim said define this example of what's going on nowadays. A lot of brothers and sisters coming out of nowhere causing division. Self-our Bill said the naked eye can't detect it, but the mind's eye can. And so, John the analyst, there you have your answer. See, if the naked eye can hardly detect it, that means you're supposed to draw it up with the third eye. See, that's what it means. And once again, which everybody uh you said is what a part of being blind, not being able to detect fine mist. You talking about blind, deaf, and dumb? Yes. You said the island is originally called Borican So broken down, the Supreme alphabet is drawn up as born king. All right. You know, I had a feeling it was going to be something like that. Where's your pizza, man? Right. You know, and we also had uh, you know, a lot of answers here, right, about why it's important to be able to see the fine mints, right, and see through the fine mints, right, because the fine mints can be used for deception, like somebody said earlier, right, and this was in all of your answers, right. So I'm gonna add on. You know, sometimes you just need a concise way to put something. Like all of y'all understand what I'm about to say, right? But let me put it in so many words. See, God and the devil is in the details. It's in details. Like, see, look, if somebody see you walking down the street and they see an uncivilized person walking down the street, see, if you gotta observe the details. See, like, look, me, me, and an uncivilized person, right? Say we're going to get something to eat, right? We both leave the same place, right? We both eat. You know, it's there's many. You know, you be able to look at all these parallels, but it's the details. Shalom, what's the science? See, that's how you really know, man. That's how, man. You know, when you when you draw up the fine mist, you know, of whatever it is, you gotta look at the details to really, 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 really be able to understand it. And see, this is where being able to quote the lessons come into play. Because you can know about it, right? You can know that today's degree got something to do with Yakub. See, let me ask you something, John the analyst. Are you the holy baby or the angel baby? Baby. Well, I don't even John the analyst. You know which one? Am I getting ahead of myself here? But look, that's a general question. Let me ask y'all. Are y'all the holy baby or the angel baby? Wise Prince said neither. John the Analyst said, I never knowledge 120. I'm a righteous baby. Okay, so how long have you had the knowledge, John the Analyst? And why did you give that answer, West Coast? West Coast said, I'm not on the island. The details. See that little detail right there? I'm not Yakub's child. I'm not Yakub's son. I'm not in the wisdom degree in the 110. And so I agree with John the Analyst right here. Because see, our father's name is Allah. And he wasn't making no death. But you got to be able to pay attention to the details. See, if you don't know that lesson, then it'd be much more difficult for you to catch that detail. So, John the Analyst, you had the knowledge since 1993. I mean, look, as time goes on, right, the the difference in time, it becomes less and less. So what I'm saying is that, look, in 1995, 96, right, then, you like a newborn, right? And I had knowledge, for quite some time. I'm an older brother to you. But see, when we talking about, from 1993 to 2024, right? See, after this amount of time, bro, you got the knowledge with me. we got the knowledge. Look, don't take this the wrong way, but what happened? I was running some other stuff for a while and lost my way. See, look, define this. See, you ever hear that saying, right? That look, if you at a gambling table, right, and you can't figure out who the sucker is, it's you. I'm not saying that you a sucker. I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. It's a message in here, right? Is that, see, if you ain't doing the drawing up, right? If you ain't drawing the miss up, right? You have to be aware that you ain't the miss being drawn up. And now you out there in the mix, mixing with other drops of water in all different layers and currents, right? And you caught up. They probably rerouted the bus somewhere else. You know, I get my book bag. Because you wasn't doing the drawing up. That's what can happen to you. That Listen, that's why you gotta know your lessons. That's one of the things that uh save you from that kind of thing. Because first of all, nobody wants you around. You're gonna be, using math while they want to deal with their religion. So although I don't know how many people recall this, but like in the very beginning of us doing a live stream for maybe like the first year, there used to be a couple of Muslims that used to come on the channel and try to recruit me. You see, that's the key about having knowledge of self, real knowledge of self, right? Is that, you know, all these various, you know, myths can be drawn up, in no limitation of time, you know, but it's still something that's got to be done right now. Truth rules. Piece from Grand Rapids, Michigan. The first thing that comes to mind when I see a post is using supreme mathematics. I mean, yeah, I would, that's encouraging that you're getting the message. So yesterday I asked a loaded question, and when they didn't know their lessons and didn't have an answer, they resorted to ignorance and verbal attack. I mean, yeah, that's kind of that goes around. Yeah, that goes around. That's like a new. I wouldn't say it's a new thing, but it's picked up a lot of steam. So they didn't know. I predicted their whole move when I made Knowledge Born. They got even madder. I mean, but all these various things that we do, that's what you develop. Like now when people see each other, right? When they greet each other, it's you got a little bit different slang, right? But almost a good percentage, maybe 30 or 40% of the slang, right, that I was using as an 85%, when I came into the knowledge, it was you just speaking, you see people, what's up, summer starts chilling. This ain't no chill, like just the regular, uh, certain things that you say without being conscious of it. See, so just that signs of becoming conscious, right? Of the minute to minute, of the second to second, right? Becoming conscious of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you go to school and you sit in the class, you know what I mean? The people, they already mapped out. That lesson plan has been around for years, decades. You don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like, yo, when I go to school, I want to learn fractions and shit next week. Now, in a school situation, you get to learn. But, when we get to just every day, right? The planet rotating at 24,896 miles. I mean, 25,000 miles per second, right? Miles per hour, I mean. What's wrong with it, right? When we talking about that, then yeah, you gotta be able to be on point with the details. Because like somebody said, see something in those details can save your life. The bar, speaking of supreme mathematics, right? Uh Kasim, Kasim has a new album out. Go check it out. He got it's a QR code he got. I should have asked him for it so I could put it on the screen. But it's on Bandcamp. Dope stuff, dope stuff. Just put it in Bandcamp, Kasim. The project is called The Crown. Alchem Salam. It's been a minute. We got some old schoolers in here today. Jabbar, Alchem Salam, West Coast Wise. My next project, actually, you know what? Uh, and it's just like either the next day, like within the next 2 days, right after Najee returned to the Essence, like it just hit me that, like, yo, I'm having a bad month, man. Hit by a car, bike, total, you know, just all these unexpected memorials. You know what I'm saying? Can't really move around, stranded, can't shake like I want to shake, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, but yeah, when you back up the clock, yeah, uh it's been some obstacles for me to what's the name? And that was one of them. It's that I had a project done, right? There was a flood where I had the hard drive, right? He had recorded it, so he was, gonna handle all the mix down and all that. He had a flood, and so for a minute we was wiped out, but we was able to salvage the raw files, and so right now he's he's putting it back together, and hopefully we make it before the end of the year. But it was scheduled for August, but I mean, we can see that that's not. That was just another one of the things for me this year. So Najee built with me for 20 to 25 minutes. At this year's show proved he was a great individual in terms of how cool and calm he related with me. Yeah, I mean, that was Najee. You know, the, sometimes, and that was somehow, because it was like, yo, this shit is like it's a handful of us left, bro. Like it's a hand, like, you know, and sometimes it's one of the things where, you got all these people, that, it's like you go from the dream team to the bad news bears, man. She just hit me a little hard too, though. I got to speak with him first. I got to speak to him the first of many times over 12 years that I've seen him at a law school. Yeah, I mean, it was certain people, right, that coming from my era, right, where it's like everything is you know kind of militant, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Like everybody is real serious. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like if it goes bad, we not on the internet. When I'm getting it knowledge, and so there was certain people that uh they was like a warm face. You know what I'm saying? Like as you can detect the warm current. Like when you come in the rally, right? You know, it's a lot of seriousness. Brothers right there by the door, right? But once you get searched and you go through the what's your name, and you see Umala. Now you like, all right, it looks like things gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Or the same thing. If you come to the school, and even that, like I said, a lot of Najee was actually here when a lot of people wasn't. I'm not gonna say he was here first, but he was here when a lot of people wasn't. But even in those times where everybody was here, it'd be the same thing. Like it used to almost be like I used to say that. Like if you came here early, right? It was almost like you woke up the bears from hibernating. And when they get up from hibernating, they're hungry. They ready to eat. You know. But the same thing. Najee, was always there where it was like, all right, this is because it's still universals when I'm getting it out. You know, there's other brothers, like who was always warm with me, but I seen him be cold to other people. Positive influence. He was always my man. But I remember one day I'm talking to positive influence, and somebody walked up and said, "Peace." So when they went to shake positive influence hand, he just looked at their hand and looked at them, right? And then he said, "Why you want to shake my hand? Why you want to shake my mind?" And and he never shook his hand. It wasn't like, I'm saying this for effect. He never shook his hand. But with me, he was always cool, man. Take me Kentucky Fried Chicken and give me the big piece of chicken. So, mostly anybody, especially, if you was young, uh, you had some similar experience to that if you met not G. But yeah, that's uh you know. See, some ways you gotta look at the blessing of it, G. Because a lot of people ain't think that I was gonna reach the age, you know, to know people, that have reached this stage in life that's turning shit. You know what I mean? It's you know, you got it's equality, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the double edge of keeping this thing intact for this long. You know what I'm saying? Is that you know we can keep the nation going for infinite, right? But the body can't go past six. So that's just the reality, of the knowledge. And it's the reality of why look, everybody gotta have the knowledge, man. See, everybody is supposed to be able to start the nation all over. Like, if we walk out the building right here and a motherfucking meteorite lands on 126th Street. Everybody is supposed to be able to go back out there. See, because look, you should be in practice if you've been teaching. But that's who we supposed to be. We're not supposed to be the people that's sitting around and now everything just becomes mythology. See, so now imagine it was a time, right, when let's say at some point in the future, right? Let's say at some point in the future, hypothetically, right, the 5 percenters, for whatever reason, the people who was calling themselves 5% in some day and time didn't know how to read and write. They didn't know how to speak in complete thoughts and ideas, right? But they telling people, right, that nah, you know, once upon a time, man, there was a brother Darkim Be Allah, man. I'm telling you, man, he knew a lot of stuff, man. He, he knew a lot of stuff, man. And, he used to build, man. See, the people is gonna look at them and say, yeah. So that's how the 5% was. So you saying that he was around, and then there was people that taught him. There was other people around that used to build with that they was like him, and this is what y'all doing now. See, look, we can fuck up. See, we got to predict the history, but we got to live it out too. If we could just predict everything, then shit, let's go home. Just go ahead and predict you're gonna make $1 billion, and then what you got to worry about? Sure love. It's this by that much. Celestine Best. It's been a minute. Divine understanding, freedom culture. But see, look, just on some physics, science, right? See, the same way you can take the devil off the planet in one day, you can fuck up in one day. And see, the first fuck up is not being at your fullest potential, not being at the potential where you can draw up the fine mints and make it distill back down. And not just be an inactive, inert particle being drawn up and blown around and attracted and repelled by all the different Shaquem. So you came in at the end, Shaquem. Unfortunately, uh, right now, because of my situation, my bike, I can't move like I want to move. So my funds right now is at a level where I absolutely have to make it to the supermarket. we not we not gonna be getting the, 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 the deluxe from the restaurant today. We're not gonna do that. We're not going to the lighthouse. What's that place where y'all go? Roof Chris? No, we're not doing that. We're going to the meat section in the supermarket. So I gotta set no alarm. We got about 19 minutes. We got about 19 minutes because I want to go over to the Whole Foods. Inf Mega. I saw the you know the presentation there. Didn't understand it too much. Uh, I did. I came to some understanding that I was, just one of the things where you kind of showed the process, but it was like even as y'all talking, it's like, all right, it's clear that y'all have already talked this out and worked this out, and then now it's like y'all just, doing this in this way. But oh yeah, yeah, I've been in the days, man. I'm really, really right now just coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about where I'm outside and I'm in an atmosphere, but it's like I'm not even experiencing the atmosphere. Like I'm talking about places where it's like, yo, this is a nice event. This is dope. But I just can't get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just at the rest, man. Mostly just resting. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of uh, that jump off, right? I don't know if y'all know, right? But I'm banned. I'm banned from speaking on the videos on Law School of Mega Channel. But I do. Hey, wait, let me hear that. What did you say? I do have. I had two issues. I did have two issues. Number one, never let somebody that's white say that they like Azriel because they're white. We either pro-black and anti-white, or we not. There's no white 5%. There's 5%. There's no Puerto Rican 5%. There's no African 5%. Let me tell you something. They see you got a lot of motherfuckers on here, right? Not motherfuckers. You got a lot of brothers, right? You see the bars on here. A motherfucker is not going to tell me that you more like the bar than me because you African. See, first of all, don't let nobody separate us like that. There's no West Coast 5%, East Coast 5%. It's just the five. So now you think you're like one of us because you're white? Azriel is not one of us because he's white. The same way is look, if a motherfucker come and say, look, I'm more like Sunez than you because I'm Puerto Rican. It's just 5%. If you Puerto Rican, if you African, if you would let me know that now. Don't wait till something jumps off, right? And then I find out that you had to rock a different way because you're that. I'm not saying that we don't have various heritage. It's not that okay if the bar goes to see his grandmother and look, I can't speak that language with you because I'm fine. No, I'm not talking about that. But I'm saying even when we deal with the science of that heritage, right? We know that through those heritage, right? Once the colored man came to do his thing for 6,000 years, right? Then all of us was able to preserve varying parts of the culture that we was dealing with before they came to do their thing for 6,000 years. And so when we come together in any form, whether it's in the 5%, whether it's in music or whatever, we bring those elements back together and we do something, right, that is fantastic. Right? Of course, we always have these examples of music, of jazz music. Everybody put some shit on jazz music and made it dope. You got the Latin jazz, you got the African jazz, you got all the different, you understand what I'm saying? The different instruments that, people brought in and all of that. Now, we just got to scale up those ideas. Okay, elements of civilization, y'all retain over here. Elements of civilization, we retain over here. Now we see how we can, have a better solution for both of us, right? If we bring that together. But see, if you something else, let me know now. We ain't got to have beef, but see, I just need to know. See, like, look, if you Puerto Rican, right? I'm not coming with you around your people. Like maybe like you bring me to your family, but I'm saying we going somewhere where I don't, we anything can happen. See, we might get over there, and then you don't know what side you wanna see. And a lot of these things you're not gonna find out until some bullshit happens. You're not gonna find out till some bullshit happens. West Coast Wise, you still on here? Why why was war invented? You still on here, West Coast? I ain't like that. I would shut him right down. Bro, you're nothing like Azriel. You're nothing like Azriel. Cause you read some Michael Muhammad books. You think you're Azriel? Is Azriel our brother or not? Let no clown say he's Azriel. Kill who is. The other thing that happened is he eased in there that the original man is Jewish. He eased that in there. I don't know if you caught it. He eased it in. He eased it in. He said something to the effect of, there's more Jews that live in Ethiopia and South Africa, but he didn't say more than what? He just said more. And then he says, so yeah, it's nothing to say that the original man is Jewish. He said that. He weaved it in. He weaved that in there on the details. But I'll say this though, on a positive note, right? On a positive note, right? Something that I've been known. if you paid attention to the details, you might have caught on to something. Now, I recall, because I didn't see it, but I recall all these people talking about, oh, this shows and proves, and yo, it's all this righteousness because corrupt, and somebody is in the flag, is in the video with the flag on. But see, what was revealed on Inf Mega's show, right, was that was the Caucasian man's idea to put the flag on the album. That was the Caucasian man's idea. Rakim didn't have nothing to do with it. So I hope that y'all learned something there. That all of these people that y'all thinking, oh, yo, this person, they said that on their record and they said this on their record, that in reality, it's been the white people behind the scenes pumping that. Because the white people behind the scenes knew they could make money off of it. But if that person was left to their own devices, they never would have did that. But they do something, you know what I'm saying? And they got a picture of Allah in the video or this thing or that thing, and then automatically, like Self-High Bill said right here, you fall for the interorientation. You fall for the interorientation because the person that came and made it was black, and you were racist. You were racist, and that's why you let somebody say act like Azrael is different because he's white. We know what the truth is. But we the 5%. Period. If you don't want to be that, go ahead. It's cool. So I recall how upset Infinite Al Jamar was with all the rappers who used our flag of math. The 5% album by Lord Jamar was Baby Grand's idea. Exactly. There's a lot of these things, right? That people you really was a tool in that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Poor righteous teachers was confused. The guy said the poor righteous teachers covered with the flag and the Jewish star confused me. They was confused. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these people, the fame, you know what I'm saying? The stardom and everything, it amplifies, it amplifies what they saying. It amplifies them in all ways. Like how many times, right, you see somebody, right, that you only seen them on TV or in the movies, right? I'm in New York, some brothers in LA, I'm sure y'all had the same experience where it's a lot of famous people here, right? And people that you see in the movies and you thought they was mad brolic. But when you see them, he's 135 pounds. But because in the movie, you always got your shirt off and you beating people down, right? Then it amplified that to me. Or you see a woman, right? And it's like, yo, she's supposed to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This woman is, yo, she's on the cover of every magazine. And when you see her, it's like, so see, it's the same thing. You get these people and you get this idea that, yo, this person right here, man, yo, they gotta be the supreme being, rainmaker, cloud, fucking blower. Look, that was in the fine mist. That was in the fine mist, right? In that presentation. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to King Son. He still got it. He still got it. You know, he made some excellent points. I did. Like I said, it was some extra. I thought uh, that was another excellent point that was made because I'm not well versed from the project and what it was about, how it came about, and all of that, right? But when King Son pointed out, uh, when he pointed out that the name of this project is God's Network, right? GODS. Now, look, I'm not the arbiter. I'm not the arbiter of who's who, right? But there's only one person that I ever built with on the project. I don't know if y'all built with any of the people. You know what I'm saying? There's only one person on that project that I built with. So, yeah, that was a good question. Why does it say GODS? But I do look when I tell someone, you tell them it don't matter. When I see him, I am gonna tell him about that. You let that cat say he's like Azrael. That still got my goal right now. That look, I would have ruined the call because see, I could tell that this was really an amiable call. Everything had already been discussed. But see, you had to stop at several points. See, you're not going to be him and tell me that you know about this. But yeah, that was another thing. But look, they stopped them on that in terms of listen, your experience with Farrakhan has nothing to do with us. I like that they caught that. But like I said, because it was an amiable conversation, right? Then they couldn't, beat certain horses. You know, Sunborn, he put the horse down, but he didn't beat it. You know what I'm saying? You know, but see, this is what I'm saying, right? This type of shit. What I'm saying, like, nah, see, you ain't never handled me with the kid gloves like that. See, when we dealt with we dealt with all the details. So why other people get off like that? That's what I mean. Sometimes I feel some kind of way. Jeweler TV got some people in the building today, man. Too bad I gotta be out. Too bad. Too bad I gotta be out. But I mean, all in all, though, at the end of the day, you know, hopefully, because what it seems like, right, is that he somehow now, what's the word I'm looking for? He's somehow born king. I guess is giving him guidance now in terms of if you want to make some music that's going to be uh, uh, affiliated with our culture. True light, great point here. Great point. Look, and I noticed that too, right? But that didn't. It didn't. Once the Azrael thing happened, I was kind of stuck on that. But yeah, just in terms of trying to make your experience in the music industry, right, with people who is 5%, trying to make that translate into you 5% or about 5%. Like if I play a basketball game with a Mexican, I'm not gonna go home and then just because I did that, now I can make the world's best empanadas. Yeah, well, I know all about this. I play basketball with a Mexican. So yeah, I caught that. I caught that God. But the point about Asriel, right? I can't let that go, right? You know, and who's the other one? Oh yeah, and the original man is Jewish. I can't get past those two. But like I said, hopefully, they worked everything out. You know what I'm saying? And whatever happens from now on will not just be right, but right and exact. So pretty much, yeah, we about 5 minutes over the time right here. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, nah, we ain't got time. Whoever got any questions now, you gotta wait for tomorrow. In the meantime, between time, do the each one teach one, hit the like button. We had a couple people on here. I don't really You might have been on a long time, but I don't recall your name. Hit the subscribe button, the notification and all that, so you can know when we come in. You know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, so the book bag drive. Uh, West Coast Wise, you still on here? I'm gonna get you the Shaquem by tomorrow. I'm gonna get you the cash app to send. What's your name? Don't send that to my cash app. We got a group one that for righteous Jews. You gonna send it to the righteous Jews, but let me get the exact address so nobody else don't be partying with our funds there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's on go. We about to start shopping for those. You know what I'm saying? The book bags and the supplies or whatever. The brothers is planning. They planning maybe a wider event too. You know what I'm saying? Born King and Infinite. So, that might be something else to support right there. But the last week of August or the first week of September, we're gonna last year I think we had 150 bags. And then I think we might have more than that. I think we yeah, I think it was maybe 100. I think we had 120, and then shout out to Magnetic up in Massachusetts. He sent us down another amount. You know what I mean? So we did the thing last year, but we wanted bare minimum 100 jump offs. You know what I'm saying? But that'll be later on. In the meantime, between time, peace.